Well, we all know, as Larry knows, Oak Ridge is right there in Knoxville. That place is booming because they're going to start building these small modular reactors. And Tennessee is going to be one of the first states to put that together. So think of the wealth of jobs. Now I bring all this up for a recruiting reason. Knoxville has 1,500 MOA members in their catchment area. It's 11 counties, a bunch of zip codes. We actually captured 58 of those people to stand back up the chapter on 1 March. And Larry was there, stood up, was a great, I got the 3 chapters together, a president, a vice president, a membership chair, a treasurer, and a secretary to speak on their duties. So we recruited the board right as they were sitting there and got them to stand up. So now they're coalescing into a chapter. But can you imagine the growth of that chapter with 58 people that showed up on day 1? It was at a Lutheran church in Farragut, Tennessee. So I'm very proud of everybody coming together for that. And it's been a goal, and thanks for letting me yak about that, Keith. Right. Now, on to advocacy and action. We're going to need your help again. On MOA's website, all of you are MOA members, and I know I bounce on this a lot. There's a Legislative Action Center. You got to register, and then once you do, the 4 issues MOA's pushing this year, and all of you can just click the buttons. Marsha Blackburn, Bill Haggerty will get that letter. They'll say, oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you're interested in the same thing I am. Not really, they're not. But, they're going to tell you that anyway. I've been in their offices, trust me. And I'm fixing to go again. We have 9 congressmen, 1 woman, by the way. 8 of them are Democrats. No, 8 are Republicans, 1's a Democrat. And we got our 2 senators. But we're going to advocate this year, and you're going to help me, because you're going to go on that website. Remember, MOA.org. You'll drill down to the Legislative Action Center, and then you can put in, yes, I'm for this, for. Obviously, if you're part of MOA, you better be for it, okay? And here are the things that they're for this year. We're going to ask Congress to address their hazardous, unaccompanied housing conditions rampant in the military. What does that mean? Barracks and dormitories. You know, they're falling apart, they got mold, all those things. Actually, base housing has that too. We've lived in, all of you have lived in base housing and know the conditions. The next one is stop the 34-year wait, deliver toxic exposed veterans the care they've earned. So that's part of the PACT Act, which just passed in August of 22, and that's going gangbangers. Of course, we all know about the VA cutbacks. So that, we got to really hammer that. And then the next one is honor veterans caregivers, pass the Re-Education, Reemployment, and Retirement Act. So caregivers are, you know, taking care of our veterans, and they deserve some love and attention. And the final one, military spouses can't wait. Add them to the work opportunity credit, tax credit, excuse me. So those are the 4 issues we're pushing. Ask you again, it's real, I mean, it couldn't be easier. You don't have to write, call, email, you just click. It'll put your name down there, it'll send it to your representative, because we've got Scott DeJarlais, he's on the House Armed Services Committee, he's a big member now. He's not the ranking member, a guy from Alabama, Mike Rogers, is the chairman. And Roger Wicker is on the Senate Armed Services Committee, right? So those are the key people we attack to get this legislation moving, and that's one of MOA's biggest stools on the chair. And tomorrow, Larry, God willing, the committee module, the near real-time report, Frank promised me, I see Frank all the time, he's head of councils and chapters, that it's going to go live. And you're going to learn, read the instructions before you think you know how to do it, because it's completely changed from the old one over a year ago. And with that, are there any questions I can take back to the council or to MOA in general? Because we meet the big people in 2 weeks. And we hear the same thing. This is my 3rd year going up there. Anything to take away? And I thank you all for what you do. And by the way, Larry, next month, I believe, is the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam veterans. 1975, April.
It's in May.
May, okay, I was a month off, but 50 years for you also.
Yeah, I got